Simplifying surds and rationalizing the denominator, example 2. Simplify firstly the square root of 12 divided by 5 root 3 minus root 27. We might start off by turning each of these square root terms into its basic surd form. We might first consider the square root of 12. What's this expressed as a surd? What we're looking for is what perfect square divides into 12. We might think that 12 is 3 groups of 4, and 4 is a perfect square. So the square root of 12 is the same as the square root of 3 times 4. Underneath the line we have 5 root 3. There's not much to be done with this. And we have negative 27. Again, what perfect square goes into 27? We might think that 27 is 3 groups of 9. And 9 is a perfect square. So the square root of 27 is the same thing as the square root of 9 times 3. On the top we have the square root of 4 is 2, so we have 2 root 3. And we have our 5 root 3. Since the square root of 9 is 3, the square root of 27 can be represented as the square root of 3 root 3. Underneath the line we have 5 root 3's, take away 3 of them, that will be 2 root 3's. And here we see we have the same numerator as denominator. 2 root 3 divided by 2 root 3 is 1. So our answer is 1. In the second question, we have 7 being divided by root 13 minus root 11. To do this, we want to firstly rationalize the denominator by multiplying above and below by the conjugate of the denominator. The conjugate of root 13 minus root 11 is root 13 plus root 11. So we multiply above and below by root 13 plus root 11. This basically is multiplying the fraction by 1, so we're not changing its value. Along the top, we have 7 groups of root 13 and 7 groups of root 11 when we expand the top. When we look at the denominator, you should notice that we have the difference of 2 squares here. We have root 13 minus root 11 and root 13 plus root 11. So the answer to this will be root 13 squared minus root 11 squared, which is 13 minus 11. Now 13 minus 11 is 2. There's not much we can do at the top. So we still have 7 root 13 plus 7 root 11, and our denominator is 2. The key learning here is to simplify a surd fraction to rationalize the denominator. You multiply above and below by the conjugate of that denominator. Now let's check our answers using a calculator. So I'm using a Casio calculator here. So if we type in exactly what we see in the first question, root 12 divided by 5 root 3 minus root 27, we see the answer is 1. And we also see that 7 being divided by root 13 minus root 11 is going to be 7 times root 13 plus 7 root 11 all divided by 2. So we can see our answers are correct.